Welcome back to Real Savant, where we bring you recaps of the most awesome movies and TV shows. From action, to horror, to comedy, to something the family will enjoy. We have something for everyone. Today we bring you Equalizer 3, where our hero, Robert McCall, finds himself in southern Italy. But then, he figures out that his squad is totally being bossed around by these big-shot local criminals. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. In Sicily, crime lord Lorenzo Vitale shows up at his vineyard with his grandson and discovers a grim scene, dead bodies scattered all around. Venturing inside, he finds 3 of his men at the mercy of Robert McCall, who's got a gun to his head. When Vitale demands an explanation, McCall coolly states he's there for something that didn't belong to them. McCall gives them a countdown of 9 seconds to back off before he swiftly takes down the 3 goons and exits, leaving Vitale crawling. As McCall walks away with a bag, Vitale grabs a shotgun and blasts him in the head. The scene ends with McCall casually strolling away from the chaos. The grandson catches sight of McCall, and McCall instructs him to stay put in the car. However, the boy shoots McCall in the leg and bolts. McCall manages to drive until he loses consciousness. He is discovered by Officer Gio Benucci, who takes him to the local doctor in their town, Enzo Horizio. Enzo advises Gio to claim that McCall fell in case anyone asks. After being unconscious for a few days, McCall wakes up in the town of Altamont. He strikes up a friendship with Enzo, who helps him find a place to stay, and also becomes amicable with Gio and his daughter Gabby. McCall becomes a regular at the local cafe and forms a bond with one of the employees, Amina. Haunted by memories of his late friend Susan Plummer, McCall recalls the methodical way he took down the men at the vineyard. McCall decides to reach out to the Defense Intelligence Agency, DIA, and gets in touch with Emma Collins. He tips her off about the disturbing discovery at the Sicily vineyard and recommends an investigation. Collins, accompanied by her partner Frank Conroy and their team, follows up on McCall's information. To their surprise, they uncover 11 million euros and a substantial stash of narcotics at the site. After locating McCall in Altamonte, Emma Collins starts communicating with him about their findings at the Sicily vineyard. Meanwhile, in the market in Altamonte, a thug named Marco Quaranta harasses a fish vendor named Angelo for not giving him what he wants and demands compliance next time. Marco and his brother Vincent lead the Camorra, a mafia group that terrorizes Altamont. In another disturbing incident, Marco visits Vincent, who is in a meeting with a couple refusing to sign over their building. In response, Vincent orders the wheelchaired father of the wife to be thrown and hung from a window, leaving his corpse as a gruesome warning for other residents. Gio receives a distressing phone call informing him that Gabby left school prematurely. When he inquires with her teacher, he learns that one of his officers took her. Gio rushes home and discovers Gabby and his wife Chiara being held captive by Marco and his goons. They proceed to threaten Gio to keep him out of their business. That night, McCall notices people running as a bell rings. Angelo's shop is ablaze, and he and his wife can only watch helplessly. McCall observes Marco and his goons sitting back, enjoying the chaos. He knows exactly who he needs to go after. Colin catches a news report about a terrorist attack in Rome, initially attributed to Syrian terrorists. Based on what she's learned from McCall, she doubts this was the work of Syrians, even though their drugs were found at the Sicily vineyard. She confides in Conroy, expressing her belief that this is part of a larger scheme. True to her suspicions, Vincent discusses with Marco their ambitious plans to dominate the entire coast with their own businesses, and the terrorist attack was just a piece of the puzzle. Collins, caught up in the chaos, ends up near an explosion in the city. As Collins tries to approach her car amidst the chaos, she ends up alive but hospitalized. Meanwhile, Marco goes to a restaurant where Gio is having dinner with his family, attempting to coerce him into getting boats from Somalis. When Marco notices McCall staring at him, he confronts him. McCall emphasized what will happen if Marco doesn't stop threatening Gio's family. He grabs Marco's wrist and applies pressure to a nerve, causing intense pain until he forces Marco to remove his goons from the restaurant. Outside, Marco plans retaliation, but one of his goons gets run over by a van. The driver, already killed by McCall, adds another layer of mystery and danger to the unfolding situation. McCall takes down the final goon before engaging in a brutal fight with Marco. He breaks Marco's arm and manipulates him into stabbing himself to death. After Vincent learns of his brother's demise, Chief Barella pays him a visit, appearing to be in league with the Camorra. Barella issues threats, leading to Vincent stabbing his own hand and then having his goon sever Barella's hand before sending him to the hospital for reattachment. Now, fueled by vengeance, Vincent plans to retaliate. He and his goons head to Altamonte, attacking Gio. They fire a gun near his ear and make severe threats, intending to harm him and his family until the murderer of Vincent's brother shows up. The situation intensifies as the stakes rise. Vincent attempts to escape, but McCall knocks him out. When Vincent regains consciousness, he discovers that McCall has administered a lethal dose of the drugs found at the vineyard, giving him only a few minutes before his heart gives out. Desperate, Vincent tries to run into the street with McCall slowly following. However, he is hit by a car. The crime lord stumbles a bit further before finally succumbing to his demise. The end of Vincent's reign is marked by a dramatic and fitting conclusion. McCall pays a visit to the hospital where Collins is recuperating. He confesses that the real reason he came to Sicily was to recover pension money stolen from someone he knew. McCall leaves Collins with a bag full of money. Collins travels to Boston to locate the man McCall referred to. The man and his wife are overwhelmed with emotion and gratitude upon discovering that their stolen money has been recovered. Upon returning to work, Collins receives a small black book from McCall, detailing all his personal gatherings, accompanied by a note that reads, "Your mother would be so proud of you." The gesture leaves a poignant and heartwarming impact on Collins. Collins gazes at a photograph on her desk, revealing that she is Susan's daughter. McCall decides to stay in Altamonte and joins them in celebrating the victory of their football team. The shared triumph and connection between McCall, Collins, and Susan's family bring a heartwarming conclusion to their shared journey. If you managed to get this far, we sincerely thank you for watching the whole thing. If you have a movie or TV show that you want us to cover, just comment it down below. We might do a video of it in the future. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out our playlist for more recaps.